Move on to the next game where we
Another good
have,
one.
I think, again, a very, very good game. Not as close, but we have the 49ers going to Lambeau to play the Packers primetime Saturday night at 8:15. And the Packers are only -5 favorites. Not a huge gap. Only, minus 1.5 more than the Titans were to the Bengals. I think this is a terrible matchup for the Green Bay Packers. It is a team that runs the ball efficiently, a team that bleeds the clock, a quarterback who does not throw the ball very much. And I think this is a terrible matchup for the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to let you guys pick first. I don't think this is as clear of an upset pick like the Bengals technically are. But I think this game will just be as close. This 49ers team is a very, very good football team. I think, like you guys said, the NFC is definitely a little bit more, easier to pick, I guess, than the AFC because it is so close. Because I think any AFC team could go. I mean, all four right now. But to me, I really think this is a bad matchup. Dylan, I'll go to you first. What do you got in this one?
Yeah, it's certainly not a good matchup, and all of these games are going to be tight ones. There's not a game in this slate in the divisional round. I think this is the first time I've seen it since I've been watching the NFL that I haven't had a clear and obvious winner going into this week. And San Francisco is not a favorable matchup for Green Bay, as well as they might be the 6th seed. They just beat Dallas, who are one of the hottest offenses in football. They're going to have to travel to Lambeau. I don't think they're going to be able to get the job done, but I think it's going to be a very interesting game. The reason that I think Green Bay are going to win, I think obviously the better offense in terms of depth and in terms of ability on that roster where you have Aaron Rodgers compared to Jimmy Garoppolo. There's not really a debate as to who's the better player there. And then I think the ability to bleed the clock might be good for San Francisco, but bleeding the clock doesn't mean a lot in these late playoff games if Aaron Rodgers is able to drive down the field in 35 seconds and win them the game. So their ability to bleed the clock down will only take them so far as Aaron Rodgers' ability to win them the game late. So I think that the Packers will be able to pull through. Their defense has been weirdly improved even without Jair Alexander, and now that he's coming back, it's going to be better than ever. Devondre Campbell's been revolutionary for them. And then you add in the fact that Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, both questionable for this weekend's game.
I think they are both expected. Fred Warner is playing and Bosa is expected to play.
That does shake things up a little bit. I'm still going to pick the Packers. I was assuming that they're both going to play, but I did have it in the back of my mind. Warner and Bosa, even if they are going to play, probably not at full capacity, full health.
Warner, I know, will be. Warner said
they'll be playing full snaps, but they might not be at the full capacity that they're ready to play. But putting that to the side, I want to hear what you guys think. I'm going Green Bay.
I am going to go Green Bay as well, but I completely agree with both of you guys. I think this is going to be an incredibly close matchup, and I wouldn't be surprised the Niners really cover the spread in this type of game.
Yeah.
I think really what's interesting about these teams is why I thought maybe I can pick the Niners, because they're really very similar in all facets, like in terms of passing offense, rushing offense, rush defense, pass defense. They're all very similar in terms of yards per game, even in passing offense, which I know is probably surprising, which makes us, again, these teams really kind of are very similar. And it makes sense because they're the two head coaches, Matt LaFleur and Kyle Shanahan. They're very similar type of coaching styles, like kind of, I'd say like kind of like a run, like they are able to run the ball, but they also kind of rely on their passing weapons. And they they're two of the most kind of revolutionary young head coaches in the National Football League, both very, very good at what they do. Really, though, why I'm going to pick the Packers is because of one simple reason. Aaron Rodgers is better than Jimmy Garoppolo. And I think that is the most important factor here, because I think overall the Niners could really pull off an upset. They beat the Packers 2 years ago in the NFC Championship game, but that was in San Francisco and this is in Green Bay. And San Francisco, to their credit, they're a team that's built to win in the cold weather. They can run the ball well. They have a good defense, and they don't really rely too heavily on their quarterback Garoppolo. But in the end, it's still in Green Bay, which the Packers are much more kind of accustomed to inclement weather. And again, if they can pass the ball well, which they'll definitely be able to do better than the Niners, given that, again, they still are inexperienced, they should be able to win this game. And like you said, the additions the Packers are getting healthy is probably the most important factor here. Like you said, Jair Alexander's coming back. Za'Darius Smith is coming back. David Bakhtiari is coming back. Josh Myers, their solid rookie guard, is coming back. They're getting so many people back, and they were already the best team in the NFL. So I think for that reason, I think it's too hard to pick against the Packers, but this is one of the game. Again, this is a game that is really on upset alert. The Niners beat the Packers 2 years ago at home, to be fair, but they are a team that can beat them again, and they're still like a team that's built for now and in the future. So watch out for this Niners team, but I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. Cian?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this game will. I mean, the 49ers, win in Dallas, so I guess it's different. It's in a dome. Weather isn't as much of an issue, which I think it will be here. I mean, you look at, obviously Packers getting a ton of players. It's so oppositional because, I think the Niners have a better defense. I think the Niners have a better run game. I think the Niners are able to, and I couldn't say they're able to manage a clock because I don't think that really matters when you have Aaron Rodgers, like Dylan said. But I think the Niners overall have probably a little bit more going for them. It's just those, big time players. For example, I think, obviously Nick Bosa, fantastic player, getting David Bakhtiari back will be ginormous for a Packers team because I think Nick Bosa could at the end of the day win them the game. Well, it might not be like he overtly wins them, but kind of quietly he gets the sacks, he gets the pressures, he makes Aaron Rodgers throw too quick. It's all of those factors. But I think with Bakhtiari back, it makes a big difference. That being said, it is his first game back. He might not be at the full kind of full talent he has. For the 49ers, I think Deebo Samuel has become the biggest X factor in the National Football League. This guy is an electric player. He is. I think right now he's harder to game plan against than Derrick Henry. I think he is someone who can run. He's someone who can catch. This guy's phenomenal. I underestimated his speed, which is ridiculous against the Cowboys. And I think that could kill a Packers team. And I think the 49ers, what they have going for them, Jimmy Garoppolo, like you said, might not be better than Aaron Rodgers. I don't think that will be as much of a difference. They can run better. And I think what the 49ers can do so well is they can get first downs in so many ways. Motioning Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, he can block and catch, running with Elijah Moore, Brandon Ayuk, now Jennings, who's kind of, shown him, shown himself as a, obviously reliable receiver. I think it's so close. I'm going to go Packers as well, but I think this game to me almost is 50-50 in my head. I really think this is ridiculously
I'd say 55-45
yeah,
Packers.
It's
maybe.
so close. I think it's going to end up how it's going to go, how it's going to go off. And at the end of the day, if I think it comes down to a defensive battle, the 49ers win that battle. But the thing, obviously, Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. And I think, unfortunately, those are the guys who go and win the games. That being said, the Packers have not been great in the playoffs. So we'll see.